unified world champion at 147. Those are facts. But I feel like people that he has fought have been tailor-made for his style.
While the boxing world is busy crowning Jaron "Boots" Ennis as the next pound-for-pound superstar, Xander Zayas is preparing to expose him as nothing more than a carefully manufactured hype train destined to be brutally derailed.
Every single one of my opponents have been in going into a shock every time they step into the ring with me. It's easy to see me and, oh, the 23, the 22-year-old kid, this young kid, no experience. Once you get hit, once you get it right back. And it's a whole different story when you step in there with me and you see the knowledge and the...
Zayas quickly fires back with supreme confidence, declaring complete dominance over the division and warning his opponent that he is stepping into the ring with a natural-born killer.
I could box, I could do it, everything in there. And inside that ring, I'm the natural 154-pounder. I've been here for a long time. I'm here to keep taking over the division, and I'm excited to continue that lane.
The tension rises to another level, as Zayas hints that he has already identified serious weaknesses in the champion's armor, choosing to save those revelations for fight night.
There's always things, again, there's a lot of holes that I know I can take advantage of come fight night. But I don't want to discuss it on camera because obviously...
Ignoring the critics completely, the young phenom makes it clear that this fight is all about achieving legendary status and destroying anyone standing in his way.
To chase legacy, I've always said it. I want to be the best in boxing. I want to be the best in my division, in every division that I touch, and this is the way to do it, fighting the best.
Faced with questions about his age, Zayas confidently shuts down the doubts by highlighting the battle-tested skills that make him a complete and dangerous threat.
For my age, and I've gotten the experience that I need. I've gone around, I've seen everything that I need to see. I've gotten hit, I've been able to adjust. I think I've done everything. I know how to fight the inside, I know how to fight the outside, I know how to counter punch. I got great speed, great power. I feel like I do everything pretty well. So yeah.
Yes, I do feel that with the mega showdown officially set, he sends a powerful message to the rest of the boxing world, daring fighters to stop hiding and match his fearless mentality.
We made a big fight happen. Two big fighters, two young fighters, hungry fighters wanting to chase legacy. We made it happen, and so I feel like it should set an example for the future. But again, who knows? I mean, every fighter is different. Everybody lives a different lifestyle, and I can't be the one to say yes, I want it, or it's gonna be like that. I would love.
In one final chilling warning, the Puerto Rican star promises a dominant and spectacular victory that will silence every doubt once and for all.
I'm gonna win any means, any way necessary. I'm gonna come out victorious like I always do. Winners win, and that's what I do. And June 27th, tune in. I'm gonna put on a show like I always do. It's gonna be a hell of a fight, and I'm gonna represent.
Brian Norman Sr. steps into the conversation to completely destroy the narrative and put the boxing world on notice about the incredible fearlessness of this young challenger. He confidently explains that most fighters spend their entire careers avoiding real danger, while Zayas is aggressively chasing greatness at an age when many are still playing it safe.
Xander was assigned professional, unassigned the top rank at 16 years old. He's 23 years old and he's taking a bigger chance than your favorite fighter took at 23 years old. He's taking a bigger chance than your guy took at 20 years old, 20 years old, 26 years old, 27 years old, 28 years old. You know what I'm saying? He's gonna be 29 years old. Damn near 30. Is that a fact or no? You took a tougher chance? I know I can't see.
The intensity reaches a boiling point as Norman Sr. tears down the champion's intimidating aura and challenges the hype surrounding him. He warns that the so-called monster of the division is nothing more than human once he is dragged out of his carefully protected comfort zone.
We know y'all need a superhero. Your superhero is going to show you he's a basic guy. It's the environment. And look, you have not been in the environment. I have been in the environment. The environment is his gym. It's the environment. That's why you don't leave it. The environment is his gym. You come to his gym, you in his house. You in his domain.
Refusing to back down despite the backlash from furious fans, Norman Sr. doubles down on his blunt reality check. He takes aim at the critics, mocking those who are outraged simply because someone finally had the courage to call their hype train what he believes is just an ordinary fighter.
These niggas was mad at me at your last video. I know you saw me in the comments. I'm like, do y'all understand y'all mad at me because I'm saying he's not special? I didn't even say he's not good. I said he is good. I said he's good. Grown men.
Greg Hackett steps in to bluntly break down the situation, harshly questioning the challenger's credentials. He argues that fighters with the same skill set can be found everywhere in the champion's hometown, untested and clearly out of their depth.
Fighter, but where he is in his career, as far as what he's learned, he's never seen nothing like Boots. For Boots, we got guys like Xander in the city. We got guys like that just ain't heard of yet, or they just ain't never get their shot, or they might be a little over the hill. But we got a bunch of guys walking around like that. I'm saying that because not that Boots is sparring those guys. I'm saying we had guys like that. That's just, you know what I mean? That on that they can handle it. Boots is on a different level when it comes to, you know, boxing.
The discussion takes a more ominous turn, as Hackett highlights the vast gap in achievements that strongly favors the reigning king. While he acknowledges the young fighter for stepping up, he warns that transitioning from carefully managed fights to an elite level war could be a recipe for disaster.
80-20.
Yeah, I like 80-20 because it's just like Xander. When people fail to realize Xander turned pro as a kid. You know, he was still a teenager. Yeah, he was still a teenager. So it's like a lot of those fights early is for him to do exactly what he was doing, just working on it. But now it's like, all right, you step into the champion, but now it's like, oh, we gotta fight. Now we fight, you know what I mean? So, I don't know, man. I think it's just his inexperience as far as fights like this. This is a hell of a fight to be in after becoming unified champion. But I respect Xander on a whole different type of level because a lot of guys wouldn't taking this fight, you know, this early in their career, especially after winning.
Predicting a brutal and decisive ending, Hackett describes the moment in the later rounds when the pressure becomes overwhelming. He emphasizes that physical conditioning means little when you are in the ring with a fighter capable of ending the fight with a single powerful shot.
I think like in the 8th round, you know what I mean? Because it just becomes too much. It becomes too much with see, guys work on defense, right? Guys work on their fighting, but they don't push themselves. They think they do because they do strength conditioning. That's not pushing yourself in boxing. That's just self-discipline. I'm talking about pushing yourself where you got a guy who in the gym, he's trying to knock you out, and you got to really keep off you. But not only the kind of guy that's trying to knock you out, the kind of guy that...
Hackett closes his breakdown by questioning the challenger's preparation, warning that overly safe training habits will collapse under the bright lights. He stresses that avoiding dangerous sparring partners can leave a fighter unprepared for the harsh, high-stakes reality of fight night.
Pick sparring partners, they pick guys who gonna fight, but they don't have it. Or they pick guys who gonna be, but they don't have the experience. Or they pick guys who gonna be but they're smaller. You know what I'm saying? Things like that. He got to get prepared for war. You know what I mean? So that's no knock against Tiger Johnson, but Tiger Johnson was once a 40-pounder and now a 47-pounder. Xander's been a 54-pounder since the beginning. So you know he's naturally a bigger man. So you sparring guys like that, I get it for the speed or whatever, but it's like he's not trying to really get you out of there. I mean, you need somebody that's going to put your life in the line, in the gym. And I'm not saying every sparring session need to be like that. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is, though, you gotta have guys who's really trying to put something on you so that you can be, your awareness level can be high.
Richard Torres firmly plants his flag in the challenger's corner, reminding everyone of the strong bond they shared during their amateur days. He cautions the public against making the mistake of overlooking a proven champion with the relentless work ethic needed to shock the world.
I I grew up in the amateur with him, and I think a lot of people are underestimating who Xander is as a fighter. He's a 2-belt world champion, and he's a hard worker. He does his thing. And I know Boots is a great fighter, but I really think people are underplaying Xander's capabilities.
Laying out a tactical blueprint for an upset, Torres explains how the naturally bigger man can completely flip the script on the favorite. He believes that if the young fighter controls the pace and imposes his size on the champion, the entire fight could take a shocking turn for the critics.
Punch output can be a little bit better, and Xander just ring generalship he can kind of dictate that fight a little bit more. And if he asserts his pressure and asserts his size, I think he's a bigger fighter than Boots as well. Then I think it would be a different fight than.
Coach Kenny delivers a chilling assessment of the challenger, predicting a brutal stoppage while highlighting a major defensive flaw that could prove costly. He points out a clear habit of keeping his head stationary during exchanges, an error the champion is likely to exploit with precise, punishing accuracy.
I like 10. But I noticed something happened. And in office mode, his head is sitting there. And you go back tonight, watch all these highlights. He don't know how to roll punches. He blocked pretty good. He got angles, but sometimes you gotta roll. You don't roll. And if a person don't roll, you really have to look. All you have to do is roll their shoulder.
The prediction turns even darker as Kenny envisions a methodical breakdown inside the ring. He warns that whether it comes from a single punishing shot to the body or a relentless combination, a decisive knockout looks almost inevitable.
Clean zone or systematic break? Take your time, set it up.
Legendary former champion Winky Wright shifts the focus to the enormous stakes of this matchup, reminding everyone what it truly takes to build a lasting legacy. He argues that an undefeated record means little without a defining signature win, forcing both fighters to risk everything in pursuit of true greatness.
The division looks good right now. I just want to see all the fighters fight each other. And the best need to fight the best. That's what's going to bring the fans, the boxers. And you can only be great by beating somebody great. So you're going to have a bunch of wins. No great win. You're just a good fighter, but you're going to be great when you beat another great fighter. So they got the opportunity.
Renowned trainer Manny Robles steps forward to praise the young fighter's courage for choosing the dangerous route instead of an easier path. He emphasizes that very few champions would risk their position against an elite-level threat so early in their career when they could have easily avoided it.
And I respect Xander Zayas for making the fight. You can't say that about a lot of people nowadays. For him, with that, 2 of the belts, for him to suddenly say, I'm going to fight one of the best fighters in the world, that says a lot about that kid. And he's young. I believe he could have taken another, he said it, and I agree with him. I believe he could have taken another fight. But instead, he decided to take on this fight.
The narrative becomes even more compelling as Robles highlights the challenger's star power and unshakable mentality while acknowledging the enormous challenge ahead. He stresses that this matchup brings together 2 rare warriors who refuse to back down from the very best.
Great kid, super humble, grounded. I love everything about him. He's got the makings to become a superstar. He's gonna have his hands Jaron Ennis, and this is gonna be a great fight. Ennis is proven one of the best fighters in the world in the weight class, and of course, he's never afraid to take on any fight. He's one of those guys that's more than willing to fight the best, and so is Xander.
Delivering a final thrilling reminder of how quickly everything can change under pressure, he highlights boxing's chaos and unpredictability where a single punch can alter history. He warns that while every fighter has a perfect game plan before the opening bell, the real test begins the moment heavy leather starts to land.
Everyone's got a plan till they get even the Mike Tyson used to say. So we just gotta wait and see how the fight pans out, works itself out, but I definitely believe that Xander has the chance.
As the tension reaches a fever pitch and the talking finally comes to an end, This explosive showdown promises to reshape the entire division. Both fighters are putting their unbeaten records and championship dreams on the line in a high-stakes clash where one mistake could mean disaster. This is where hype meets reality, and only one man will be left standing. The boxing world remains split as experts finalize their predictions and anticipation builds to a breaking point.